Okay, so let's talk about this. You've got two of the biggest global superstars on the planet. You've got one viral photo, and then you have a single piece of jewelry that sent literally millions of fans into a full-blown detective frenzy. Today, we're going to unpack the rumor that tried to link two of K-pop's biggest idols, and more importantly, how their own fans were the ones to shut it all down.
And really, it all boils down to this one question, doesn't it? Is a piece of jewelry just, an accessory? Or in the super high-stakes world of global pop music, could it be something more? A carefully planted clue? A secret message? Well, let's get into it.
First, let's just be crystal clear about who we're talking about here. On one side, you have Lisa of BLACKPINK. On the other, Jungkook of BTS. I mean, these aren't just pop stars, right? They're absolute cultural forces. They're part of two of the biggest bands on the entire planet, and they also have these massive solo careers. That level of fame, that's exactly why even the tiniest detail about their lives can spark a global headline.
Now, this idea of Liskook, that's the fan name for this potential pairing, it's not new, not at all. These kinds of rumors have been swirling around them for years, usually based on, a subtle glance in an interview or some fan theories. Some people were once convinced that Lisa's dream music video was packed with hidden references to Jungkook, but this time the rumor was sparked by something that felt a lot more concrete.
And here we have it, the catalyst for this latest firestorm. It wasn't some vague theory about a music video. Nope, it was a physical object, a ring. Fans started noticing that Jungkook was wearing this very specific piece of jewelry, and it looked almost identical to one that Lisa had also been seen wearing. And this is where it all started. A single post on social media. It was so simple, just side-by-side photos with the caption, "Same ring, Bulgari." That was it, but that was enough. The implication was clear. Both stars were wearing the same luxury ring. And in the K-pop world, that's what's known as a couple item, which is often seen as this kind of quiet, subtle confirmation of a secret relationship. The impact was, well, it was immediate. And it was massive. That one post just exploded. It racked up over 1.2 million views. From there, it got reposted, remixed into countless videos on other platforms, all pushing this idea of the matching rings as the ultimate proof. So, with millions of views and what looks like actual photographic proof, you would think the case is closed, right? This has to be the smoking gun that some fans have been looking for? Well, as it turns out, it wasn't even close.
And here's where the story takes a really fascinating twist. The most dedicated fans, the people you'd expect to jump all over this, they didn't buy it. Not for a second. Instead of fueling the fire, they were actually the first ones to pour water on it. The rumor was met with immediate, widespread skepticism, and honestly, a lot of ridicule.
This tweet pretty much perfectly captures the #1 reason for that backlash. A user just straight up wrote, "When will y'all accept that she is with Frederick?" And that right there points to a gigantic hole in the whole rumor's logic. Lisa has already been very publicly linked to someone else.
So who is Frédéric Arnault? No, he's a pretty prominent French businessman and, maybe more importantly, an heir to the LVMH luxury empire. You know, the company that owns brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, and this is crucial, Bulgari. He and Lisa have been photographed together in public many, many times, which has led to this widespread belief that they are, in fact, dating.
And this tweet? This nails the second major counter-argument perfectly. A fan tweeted, "This post should be a lesson to those matching stuff equals dating believers." And they have a point, right? When you're dealing with global brand ambassadors who are constantly styled in the latest luxury items, wearing the same thing is it's incredibly weak evidence for a relationship.
So let's just break it down. The fan skepticism wasn't just some random backlash. It was built on really solid reasoning. First, they pointed to Lisa's very public appearances with Frédéric Arnault. Second, they pointed out the simple fact that matching items means almost nothing when celebrities are paid to wear the same brands. And third, they've just seen this movie before. After years of baseless rumors, they were just tired of the speculation. But really, this whole episode is about so much more than just one silly, debunked rumor. What it really does is highlight this incredibly powerful dynamic that's happening in modern fan culture. The story, the narrative, it wasn't just set by some viral post. It was actively challenged, it was fact-checked, and ultimately it was controlled by this massive, decentralized community of fans themselves.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. In an age where a rumor can reach millions of people in an instant, have these dedicated fan communities become this sort of unlikely last line of defense against misinformation? Are they evolving beyond just being fans and actually becoming the internet's most passionate and, as we've seen, surprisingly effective fact-checkers? I'd love to know what you think.